Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and our welcomed honored guests. How many people here are tired of winter? Especially this winter. I don't want anybody being shy. I want to see all the hands raised. That's right. I know, even Michigan, even that great talk, Kim, that you gave about snowmobiling in Michigan, I'm past it. So, but I tell you, yesterday, the first sign of spring occurred. Does anybody know what it is? And I'm not talking about that robin at the end of my driveway. What was the first sign of spring? Any ideas? Any? Yes?
The people in Germany sobered up from the fifth season.
Not the end of the fifth season, close. But I'm going to give you a clue. And it should be a pretty good clue. Yesterday was the first day of spring training for baseball. Catchers and pitchers reported, and with the coming of baseball, we have to know spring and warm weather are coming. Good Morning America yesterday had 65 degrees down in Port Charlotte, where the Tampa Bay Rays are doing spring training now. The great thing about baseball is that it allows connections between generations, grandparents, parents, children, grandchildren, covering the years and so forth. And also baseball creates great debates, subjective debates. And the one I'm going to talk about or tell you about is what was the greatest catch in baseball? How many catches in baseball have there been? Just in one game, the catcher alone. Every pitch that is not hit. Millions of catches over the years. Millions. Ones that I remember, that I've seen, Otis Nixon of the Atlanta Braves about 15 years ago, running pell-mell, jumping up, getting his whole arm over the fence, and taking away Andy Van Slyke's home run. You remember that one. I've seen film of a Japanese player running and then jumping up on the fence, standing and catching the ball. Willie Mays, 1954, Polo Grounds, World Series. Running away from the home plate, catching the ball, turning, throwing, falling down. The broadcast announcer said, optical illusion. Couldn't be done. And I'm not just talking about outfielders, because in special reverence to Orv, we can't leave out third baseman, players of the hot corner. And I said for Orv, the great one, Brooks Robinson. But they don't really call them catches when you get them at the hot corner. They're called picks. You pick the ball out of the air. It's no longer a catch. So, and the triple exposure showing how he's lunging, picking the ball, and acknowledging the catch. But again, we're talking about professional athletes. They're paid to play the game. They play, as adults, they play a boy's game. And truly, I'm biased in my regard, but to me, the greatest catch was made by a 13-year-old boy in May of 1999, my son. And that's why I say I'm biased. May 1999, pleasant Virginia evening. Jackets were optional, calm evening, an evening we beg for now in this dead, cold winter. Only a 6-inning game. It was in the bottom of the 5th inning. The other team was down 6-5, but they had runners at second and third with 2 outs. I was behind home plate going over changes for the final inning with the scores when suddenly the lad at the plate launched a missile to deep left field in the corner. The fans and families of the team rose as one and yelled. But have you ever seen Field of Dreams? Kevin Costner talking about Shoeless Joe Jackson. Remember what he said about left field when Shoeless Joe was playing? He said, left field was where triples went to die. And that ball had triple written all over it. Because as it began its descent in that May evening sky, there was a blur from left field of white and black and yellow, the color of my son's uniform, sprinting as a blur toward that left field corner. And that ball and that blur and the fence intersected at the same moment in time. And not skipping a beat, he bounced off that fence, maintained a full sprint, running towards the dugout. And as he approached the dugout, past third base, he gave the ghosts and legends a lanyap to the game by throwing the ball hard against the ground before being mobbed by his team coming off the field, coaches and teammates coming out of the dugout. But in that thrill of victory that the other team had for a moment till the catch was made, they suffered the agony of defeat. The lad who had hit the ball on his knees at second base, the crowd that had risen as one and yelled, silenced by the catch. After the game, still glowing in the excitement of what had happened, a voice came from across the parking lot. Said, "Hey, coach, that was some catch." Madam Toastmaster.